All right, good Tuesday morning. Thanks for checking out this Iowa forecast update here, looking at the current severe weather outlook for today. We do have a marginal risk across a good portion of the state, stretching from places like Fort Dodge, Mason City, Carroll, down to Council Bluffs, even including Denison there, and then points to the east into the central and eastern part of the state. By tomorrow here, we will see that risk push back to the west, but one thing to keep in mind is we're not watching for any storms in the afternoon tomorrow. It's actually going to be with the overnight setup from the system that develops out in Nebraska tomorrow. We'll be watching for that to work into Iowa on Thursday. So overnight into Thursday morning, we might be watching for maybe a little bit of a wind and hail risk. Something we're going to have to fine tune here in the short-term forecast. And then by Thursday here, as the storms are working through, we'll focus that primary concern for maybe some wind and some hail down here from about along I-80 and points south down into the southern part of the state. So with that being said, looking at the latest wind forecast for today, dealing with a southwesterly wind about 10 to 20 miles per hour, putting those gusts up there about 25 to 35 miles per hour. So it is going to be pretty breezy out there. Looking at temperatures today, a lot warmer off into the north and west part of the state here, and a bit cooler as you get into the central and eastern part of the state where we will see those storms develop. So lower to middle 80s up into the northwestern part of the state, and then we're seeing middle to upper 70s across central and eastern Iowa. And then by later tonight here, we will be cooling temperatures down there into the 50s and lower 60s. So as we look at the forecast radar as we go through the day today, maybe a spotty shower possible for Mason City to northeast Iowa as you go through the morning here. Otherwise, guys, just not a lot going on this morning. It's as we get into the afternoon here from I would say east of Des Moines, south and east here. We'll see showers develop here, developing into thunderstorms here as you get towards the mid to late afternoon time frame with potentially, as I was saying before, hail and gusty winds is the primary concern here. As that kind of dissipates there, we'll start to see another line develop mainly along that cold front north and west here. So places like Denison, Fort Dodge, Mason City here, you're getting this line developing right around that 5-6 p.m. time frame here. You go through about 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Again, this line will be capable of some hail and gusty winds. Is going to be the primary concern here as you get through 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11. And then through about midnight tonight, just some spotty showers from central to eastern Iowa. Might even see a couple of rumbles of thunder out of that here as that begins to dissipate and push off to the east as you get into Wednesday morning here. This is by about 7 a.m. Wednesday. Again, we'll start off much of Wednesday fairly dry. And then as we dig deeper into Wednesday night and into early Thursday, we'll be working the next wave in here. So looking at precipitation amounts here, strictly one area to note. This area across the southeastern part of the state dealing with a quarter to 3/4 of an inch. And this model doesn't illustrate it 100%. But the factor in the matter is going to be where these storms do develop, back to the north and west in these areas right here. Very, very scattered rainfall totals will be seen. So keep that in mind. Now, like I said, as we go through Wednesday, it's going to stay fairly dry. It's as we get into late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, we'll start working in a risk here of showers and thunderstorms across the state here. This is as you get towards about 7 a.m. Thursday morning, working into the central and eastern part of the state as the day goes on Thursday. And I think as we get into the latter half of Thursday, late afternoon, early evening, we're starting to see maybe a little less of a risk across western Iowa, but I think we're still dealing with some scattered activity here Thursday night into Friday statewide. So keep that in mind. And I think as you get into Friday afternoon, Friday evening here, we'll finally see that dissipate. So with that round in mind here, gonna say most of us cashing in on a 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches of rain out of that system coming through on Thursday. So, but looking at high temperatures on Wednesday, definitely seeing 70s, lower 80s across the state. Cooling down on Thursday into the 50s, 60s, even some 70s down here in the central southern part of the state. And then as you get into Friday here, 50s, lower 60s is the overall idea. Friday, cooling those temperatures down, and as we get through the weekend here, back into the 60s and lower 70s, and that's kind of how things start to pan out as we get into Monday, Tuesday of next week, upper 60s to lower 70s, and temperatures slowly start to warm back up as we head deeper into next week. That's all for right now. Again, watching for quite a few different chances of some showers and thunderstorms. Hope you guys have a great day.